this is all jacked up, bent here, missing a rivet. There's a screw in there. It was like that when I bought it, but that's why I have to have this bungee on there, because when you mow, this flips up and blows grass all over me. So these springs are worn out and that's all bent up, so I put on a new one. So that's how it comes. No rivets. I'm guessing those are just regular rivets, but there's rivets and everything on this, see? Rivets all over. But this thing is nice and dirty inside there. Oh, you know what? Those aren't even like rivets. I don't know if you can see that or not, but they're like flat pieces with, they're like kind of like rivets. It's really weird. So, they're not even like full rivets in there. It's kind of a funky setup. Well, I really think that I can just rivet those. So let's see. Before I go doing all of this, that box of rivets tipped over in there is coming open, but those are small rivets. I need big rivets. There's so much crap in here. Ooh, there's big rivets down yonder. Those are big fatties. Let's see how these fit. I don't really know where to put you guys. Covering you up. Let's see how these fit. That'll work. Yeah. Those will do the job. So I guess now we got to drill these out to get that off there. Okay, getting the first one started. If you can see that. That's the fun part, because this thing is spring loaded, obviously. You want it to be. I got that one in, but see, here's the thing. I want to get, well, you know what? I'm going to put another one in down this end just to keep this thing from moving. This is the end that it wasn't even really riveted. There we go. So that's locked in there. Now, since this thing wants to flip, I don't know if you guys can see all that. I don't know how well you guys can see any of this. I'm trying to find a good place to set you. Okay, so now it's getting this piece on there for how it needs to be. This would be much easier with two people. So, it's funny because I should have filmed that last part. My wife was squeezing one of these down. She was having a heck of a time, and it was pretty funny. But anyway, so as I was saying, somebody commented on one of my videos this morning and said, you make a lot of videos with walkers. And I said, well, that's true. And here's the one thing I'd say about that was, I like to find videos that you can't find anything on YouTube. So then I try to make a whole bunch so that there are videos for that stuff. And you know, because obviously it helps people out that they're looking for a video on something but they can't find a video on it. So I try to make as many as I can. That's why I'm going to put up a ton of videos this summer on the B19, because there is nothing for the most part on the B19 online on YouTube. So I'm going to try to flood the internet, or try to flood YouTube with it. But anyway, somebody had commented, they said, you know, you make a lot with repairing them, and you make a lot with your opinions and, you know, what needs to be changed with walkers, and, you know, what are some of the great things that with walkers, things like that. And I said, yeah, the problem with that is that I have tagged walker in almost everything that I've put on Instagram and a lot of my YouTube videos, and I have never once heard a thing back from them. Like, they've never even acknowledged any of it. So it's really weird, and I know that I have the tags right. And the other thing is, I have more YouTube videos up pertaining to walkers on YouTube than anybody in the world. I have more than Brian, I have more than Ambrose landscaping, I have more than YouTube itself. So I mean, like, as far as, I'm not saying I have more actual videos than all of them. I have more videos pertaining to walker mowers than them, as far as just mowing with it, as far as repairs on them, things like that. Yet whenever you search for walker mowers on YouTube, I'm one of the last people to show up. And I know all my tags are correct, all my titles are correct, things like that, so I don't know why that is, but so somehow I'm like the forgotten child. I don't really know why, but that's just the way it is. So somebody had asked me in one of my videos, why is that? And I do not know. I don't have the answer, but I'm going to continue making them. So anyway, so now this is up. This doesn't seem to hold down any better than it did before. That's what the bombs look like after you put the rivets in. They had the big round things there, but I don't know. I guess we'll see how long it holds, since I didn't have any round disc there like the bottoms of the other ones. But if that is a problem, then I will fix and adjust accordingly. But for now, that new one is on there, and the rusted, dented up, ragged one that was on there is no longer. And I'm going to show you something else here in a second. So that's better and nicer. Better than that old one, all dented up, smashed up. Pretty nice. Anyway, so I was mowing yesterday, and every once in a while, a couple times throughout the day, or at least once a day, I like to pull this screen out and knock it off. But there's the knob. This one's gone. Apparently it backed off, and it must have fallen inside here, and I dumped it with the grass. So I gotta get a knob for there. It's always something. See, there's one of the rivets that came out of there when I drilled out the top. So they're kind of like a flat style rivet on the bottom. But what we're gonna do is, I'm going to take this bungee and I'm going to put it back on here and leave it on here anyway. And what I'll do when I go out mowing on Monday, I will take it off and I will mow with it and see if grass and stuff is flying into my head, you know, coming out of here. And if it isn't, then I'll leave it off. And if it is, then no big deal. I'll just have to keep running with the bungee on there. And that's that. I'm gonna make a countryside lawn decal, put it across here. I was thinking about it the other day. These are coming off. Maybe I'll put one on the side there too. And another one over here. It'd be pretty cool. It'll take me like 5 minutes to make up a couple decals for that. But that is that. Now I got new blades in for the Ferris. I got high lifts, but they have the small fin on the end so they don't keep the grass inside the deck so long. Or no, that's for the Great Dane. And then I got a set of gator blades for the Ferris. So I'm going to put them on today. Let's see how this tire is. These tires are touching each other. One of them, I think it's this one, one of them goes low a lot. I'm constantly putting air in it. Oh, you know what? That one feels soft, kinda. That one really don't. I'll have to check the air pressure. But it looks kind of dry rotted. Maybe it's time to put new tires in the back of this thing.